Hi, and welcome to the Getting Started series with Ressio. In today's episode, we're going to go over creating a new project and navigating the dash bar in that project. So let's get started. Creating a project in Ressio is as simple as going to the All Projects tab, going to the right-hand side, and clicking the green New Project button. From here, we're going to have to make a series of decisions, including giving the project a name. This can be something that's as simple as the name of the family you're working with, the address. This is a personal preference. From here, we're going to add a stage to this project. You can create projects in the prospect stage, the pre-construction or production phase, which are both considered active, or add something directly into the warranty stage. There's no difference in the tools that you have access to here. These are simply an easy sorting and filtering area. From here, you're going to go ahead and add a type to the project if you'd like. This is a really great filtering and sorting function that allows you to say what type of project that you're working on. In this instance, we'll say we're doing a custom home. You can then set a target start date and square footage for this project. Something to note is that the target start date is going to vary depending on how you choose to run your schedules in your project. This might be the first day that you're actively on the job site doing work, or it might be the date that you begin the design process. One thing to note is that activities on the schedule cannot be created prior to the target start date. So in this instance, my first task couldn't be created on my schedule before 6/20/2025. So adjust that accordingly. And then square footage for the project is actually used on the estimate and budget when calculating cost and price per square foot, along with other square footage calculations. You can add a brief description to this project if you'd like to, in order to add some notes or information that you might need. And then you can put in an address for this project as well. You should generally add in at least a city and a zip code for that project, as these are utilized when pulling weather information on your job logs, something that we'll cover later. Next, you want to add a customer account to this project. This is not mandatory right away. You can add clients later on. But from here, you can create a new customer if you've not worked with these individuals before. You can give the customer a basic name like the Smith family, the Bauman family, whatever you'd like to, add some description and note information, and then add one or multiple contacts for that project as well. So if I'm working with the Smith family, for example, I could have Andy Smith, Lucy Smith, other individuals as well, and I can have more than one client contact within a project in Ressio. If this is repeat business or if this client is already in your system, you can simply go ahead and start typing in and grab them from that existing customer account area and use that on this project. If this project is just being created as a prospect, you can also add in prospect information, including statuses, priorities, dates, and deal close dates. This is used to track the prospect process itself. And this is something that can be used in conjunction with the lead intake form available through Ressio that we'll go over at a different time. Second to last, we're going to choose a financial structure for this project. This is going to be something that's unique to your business. So we have the cost plus and fixed price options within Ressio. Cost plus, also known as open book, or fixed price, also known as lump sum, primarily affect how you're going to be able to invoice through Ressio. In cost plus, you can do a flat rate, you can invoice from changes, and then the most common is actually invoicing from actuals, something we'll go over a little bit later. And fixed price is generally done again as that flat rate from changes or as a percentage draw on the project. When choosing fixed price, there are a few other decisions that need to be made, including how you showcase your allowances and how you calculate markup on selections, something that we'll go over in a future episode. And then finally, you need to choose your budget organization, whether you're on a cost plus or a fixed price project. You can go by cost item or by cost code. One thing to note is that if you're going to be integrating with QuickBooks Online, you do need to use the cost code budget organization structure, as this directly links to the products and services in your QBO account. And then finally, you can add in additional team members if you'd like to. By default, all admins are added to a project, and team members can be added in after the fact, or field users if you'd like to as well. Now that we've put this project together, we're going to go ahead and hit submit and successfully create that project. It dumps us right into the estimate page, but what we're going to do is cover this in a future episode. So one thing I'd like to note here is now we have this Bauman family project that we're in. We can click in the Bauman family project to switch to any other project that we'd like to, or we can click this little green button to change projects as well. And then from here, we have all of our project related tools that we'll go over. One thing I'd like to cover is the activity tab, where you'll be able to see any recent updates or recent messages that are going on across the entire project and mass clear them from here. So this has covered the basics of setting up a project in Ressio. In our next episode, we'll go over the fundamentals of doing an estimate within Ressio and talking a little bit about the specifications tab as well. Thanks.